Welcome back to the channel, YouTube. Gemini just 13 here with an exciting video today of the Atlanta Model Airport update. Huge shout out before we get started, Red River Aviation, for giving me some proper assistance with adding just a little more detail to the thumbnail in today's video. For the most part, I always just take a picture with my Canon DSLR camera and then pretty it up just a little bit, but just the added images on there was on his behalf. So if you're watching, buddy, I appreciate it. And for those watching this video, I'll put a link in the description box to his channel. Please go check him out, give him a subscription, and like the video, whatever videos you watch, give it a nice like on there, help support his channel as well. So yeah, big thanks. And before we get rolling here, just for some of those who are new to the channel, we do things just a hair differently on my Atlanta airport updates. We keep the AirTrans in here. For those that kind of know me somewhat to a degree, I've been a huge fan of AirTran for years and years and years. So yeah, so for mine, everything is normal besides the AirTran portion. So every other airplane you see will be pretty much on point for what you would see at a regular Atlanta airport. Minus a few things with that being said, as I'm looking around, because I have some airplanes. Another little disclaimer there would be some of the planes I have are not the proper equipment served on the route, just because I haven't gotten around to getting the correct airplane. So if you see something different, it's not because I'm not unaware of what air equipment is being served on that route. It's just because I don't have the correct one to work with. So that's that. And here's a Delta A320 we'll get things started with service to Austin, Texas. And an AirTran 717 with service to Boston. Delta 737-700 to Savannah. Moving on back, we got the UPS MD-11 with service to Louisville. FedEx MD-10 and the FedEx 757. MD-10 to Memphis, and then the 757 to Indianapolis. And then Delta 717 with service to Melbourne, Florida. AirTran 717 Atlanta Falcons with service to Tampa Bay. And then AirTran DC-930 with service to Jacksonville, Florida. United A319 with service to Washington Dulles. American Airlines 737-800 with service to Miami. And Spirit A319 taxiing to the active runway for a flight to Chicago. We got AirTran Elton John 717 vacating the runway after coming in from Daytona Beach. And then we'll go ahead and bring it on back to KLM and make our way over. KLM 777-300 with service to Amsterdam. Delta A320 with service to Cincinnati. Delta 777 with service to Johannesburg. Virgin Atlantic A330-300 to Manchester. And Delta A330-200 to London Heathrow. Delta 767-300 with service to Dusseldorf. Lufthansa A340-600 to Frankfurt. And we got the Qatar 787 pushing out for a flight to Doha. And again, this would be the inaccurate equipment side that I mentioned, but I just wanted to have their presence. And British Airways 777 with service to London Heathrow. Delta 767-300 with service to Los Angeles. And we got the American Embraer 190 with service to Philadelphia. And Delta A319 with service to Boston. Delta 757-300 to Minneapolis. And then I'm just going to scale it back and head to the other parallel runway and then make our way around. So need to start getting more Delta airplanes. It's been kind of took a break from that because I've been focusing on Charlotte. So not really any new Delta planes at this point, but definitely something I need to work on in the near future. Would do time, of course, would do time. So we'll hit this A330-300 real quick with service to Rome. And heading to the hangar area, we got two Delta 717s just hanging out there. And United Embraer 175 with service to Newark. And then coming on back here, we got a Delta 757-200 with service to Las Vegas. AirTran 737-700 with nonstop service to Seattle. And AirTran 717 with service to San Antonio. And then Delta 717 service to Detroit. United A320 to Denver. American Eagle Embraer 175 to Washington Reagan. And then Frontier A321 with service to Orlando. And then coming all the way down to a JetBlue Embraer 190 with service to Boston Logan. Then I'm going to scale back and head back from right to left. All right, here we go. So we're on to the MD-88 with service to Norfolk. And Delta 757-200 with service to Orlando. And then Delta 737-700 with service to Key West. And then MD-90 heading up to Rochester. Delta 717 with service to Charlotte. And then Delta 757-200 in the Sky Team livery with service to New York John F. Kennedy. And then Delta 717 with service to Newport News. Delta A320 heading up to Philadelphia. And then we had that Delta 753 to Minneapolis already. So continue on to probably my favorite part of this video. This would be the AirTran section. So this kind of mimics part of Concourse C that they had. They had half of it back when they were operating. They also had a good portion of the D concourse as well. So just to get things started here. So this closest AirTran 717 on the bottom left of your screen is an arriving aircraft from Charlotte. And then you got a 717 right here taxiing out for a flight to Wichita. And then we have a 717 here on pushback with service to Minneapolis. And then we got two 717s right here on pushback as well. Typically AirTran operates in a hub and bank system. So they would typically have about 6 banks a day. And that's just when all the planes come in at once and they leave at once. So that's kind of what we're mimicking right here. So the one 717 on the left is heading to Baltimore, and then the one on the right is heading to Milwaukee. All right, and then we got these 3 right here, two 717s on the left and the 737 on the right. There's also another one on the far right. We'll get to that in a moment though. The one right here, my finger is heading to, excuse me, it's heading to another Jacksonville flight, and we got a 717 right here with service to Dallas. And then the 737-700s right here, one to Las Vegas, and this one to Los Angeles. All right, and we got 2 more right here. So we got the one on the bottom heading out to West Palm Beach, and then the Orlando Magic 717 with service to Orlando. That would probably be very fitting, so. All right, and then starting over here, we got an American A321 with service to Phoenix. Sorry, something fell over here. All right, cool. And American 737-800 with service to Charlotte. Alaska Airlines 737-800 with a flight to Seattle. And apparently I ran out of jetways, so we're just gonna have to make do with what we have. So Frontier A320 to Denver, Spirit A319 to Fort Lauderdale, United Embraer 175 to Denver, Air Canada Embraer 175 to Toronto, and then United 737-800 to San Francisco, and the A3, oh my goodness, good heavens, and the A319 with service to Los Angeles. So that concludes everything. I'm pretty sure I got everything. So I appreciate you guys watching the video. This was a long time coming. Now, for those who are keeping up, so this was the Atlanta. I've gone through Charlotte, Phoenix, and Atlanta. So the remaining airports that I need to get done are Boston. But before we start getting Boston done, we're going to do the much anticipated collection video, which is something I've been planning this for a long time. I was originally going to do it for the 10th anniversary of the channel, but being in school and not really having a whole lot of time to work with when I come home, just didn't have any time to really do all that. So yes, after I did a collection video, I think it was in 2013. So it's been a good 7 years since I've done one. So finally, the collection of my entire 1 to 400 scale video will be coming in the very near future. I would probably say at the end of this week or sometime next week at this point. I have a lot to set up. It's going to be done very proper. I'm going to group all the airlines together, and we will just go from side to side, row to row, and it's going to be trying to keep the video between 10 to 15 minutes, because knowing me, I'll probably want to talk about everything, but we're going to keep it straightforward. So, and yeah, that's probably about it. So stay tuned for that. That's going to be an incredible video, a very scary video for myself, because I haven't had all my planes on the table at one time, and I'm quite nervous to see how much space it's going to encompass on this 10x4 platform I have up here. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. So just to kind of rehash, so we have the collection video up next. And then after the collection video, I'm going to prepare the Boston Model Airport update. And after that, we will probably transition into a recycle with Charlotte. Will come again in early May at some point. So thanks again for my rambling on. Just had to get that important news out there for you. And appreciate you guys watching the video. Please like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks.